Hey, what's up, Executive Committee? This is Derek, and with my assistant leader, what's your name? David. And first off, I'd like you to take note at how David is dressed. I think that would definitely be Hilton approved. A tie, vest, slacks, dressed top notch. All right, so today what we're going to do is do a little bit of recap on 9, then do a little bit of a teaser for chapter 10 to prepare for our December get together. I believe December 20th, Thursday the 20th. So I have David, my little leader, here with me, and keeping in the context a little bit of the last time we did a video with David, a lot of our questions and discussions will pertain to him relative to his baseball team and a leader on his baseball team and teamwork on his baseball team. So as we looked at chapter 9 a little bit last week, chapter 9 was really talking about realizing value to and from leaders. So 2 questions that I'm going to pose to you guys as a kind of a foundation for us to get started, but also for you to think about. Was why do you think people rise to fulfill the level of our belief in them? In what ways do you demonstrate that you believe in those around you? For me, looking at that obviously 2-part question, if somebody believes in me, I don't want to let them down. If somebody believes in me, I want to work and I want to come through for that belief. I want them to be able to cash in on that belief. In what ways do you demonstrate that you believe in those around you? That's a challenge. As I look at David, or even as I look at you guys as a team, I want to demonstrate to David that I believe in him, that I believe in his potential and where he can go and what he can do. Same thing with you guys as a team. I believe in you as a team and your potential, whether it's personal growth or individual. And I want to encourage you on that journey. And that second question, to add value to others, you must focus more on them and less on yourself. In what ways does selfishness hold back a leader from being great? And we'll circle back to that question in a few minutes. All right, buddy. So last month we dug into chapter 9 a little bit, and we discussed the value you give to the people you develop, and the value you receive from the people you develop. And we went down through those 10 different values that you can give: the modeling, the vision and direction, encouragement and affirmation, belief in themselves, willingness to try new things, personal development, commitment to personal growth, empowerment, being a part of something greater than themselves. And your homework was related to the 2 values that you picked out that you want to make a conscious effort at cultivating in the people around you. So I picked 2 values that David and I have discussed a little bit and jotted down some notes on the values that he can give and his team can give to each other to help increase their performance, help increase their satisfaction on the baseball diamond. So we're going to talk about encouragement and affirmation, the values of encouragement and affirmation, and the value of willingness to try new things. All right, buddy. So that first thing we talked about, turn your chair on just a little bit. That first thing we talked about, encouragement and affirmation. What does encouragement do for you from your team? What does encouragement do for you? How does it help you? From your team. So when your team encourages you, so you're up to bat, and whether you hit a good fly ball or you strike out, if your team encourages you, how does that help you? What does it do for you? What do you write down in your notes?
I do better on the next try.
So you want to try better. It helps you want to put more effort forth and try better. Yeah? And what else? What was the other thing you jotted down in your notes?
This one?
No, this one. Oh, these 2 notes right here. Remember this one that we talked about?
Feel better?
Feel better. So if you strike out, what are you kind of get disappointed?
Yeah.
Yeah. But if your teammates come around you and encourage you, where does that help? What does that do for you?
It makes me feel better.
Makes you feel better. And then you want to what? You want to go out and you want to try harder and get a good hit the next time, right?
Mhm.
Right?
Yes.
So it helps increase your performance or how hard you try.
Yes.
Yeah? Good, buddy. In our notes in our workbook, encouragement and affirmation, what you do is you support them or you give them the encouragement and you give them hope. They want to increase their effort. You give them hope for a new try next time. Their return, personal counsel and support, they share their knowledge and wisdom, that encouragement and affirmation. Alright, so the second one we talked about was willingness to try new things. Now David is in T-ball, in coach pitch, right? What's it called? Pony. Junior ponies. So they're trying new things. They're trying different positions. They're trying to figure out what do they best fit. What are their skill sets fit the best as a team. So for David, trying new things is what? What does that lead to, buddy? What did you tell me right here? Trying new things helps you what?
Learn more.
It helps you learn more. And then what does that help you do? Remember what we talked about? What does that help you do? It helps you what? It helps you realize or grow into what you do best, right? So you tried catcher, and you tried what? Pitcher, and those were two new things. And what did you figure out that you're good at? Pitcher, right? And what teammate figured out that he was good at catcher? What was his Ben? So trying new things, what helped you figure out what you're good at, right? Right? And then encouraging your teammates and them trying new things helped them to figure out what they were good at, right? Right? Circling back to that first question, the selfish question. So I posed a question to David. I'll repeat the question. To add value to others, you must focus more on them and less on yourself. In what ways does selfishness hold back a leader from being great? David, in what ways what is selfishness? Remember what we talked about? What is selfishness? What does that mean? Which is what wanting everything your way, right?
Yeah.
So how does that hurt your team? What do we write down? How does that hurt your team?
Hurts performance.
It hurts performance. Why? You remember what we talked about? How does it? So if you were selfish and you just wanted to play, pitcher all the time, would that let other kids try pitcher to see if they were good at pitcher?
No.
No. And what happens to your performance if you pitch all the time? What's going to happen to your arm?
It'll get tired.
It'll get tired. And will you be able to keep pitching good once your arm gets tired?
No.
So it's going to hurt your performance. And what was the second note? What does it say?
Takes away opportunities.
Takes away opportunities. So those other kids, like we just said, those other kids won't have a chance to try pitcher. So they won't have a chance to figure out, well, if they're good at pitcher. Because you want some other kids to be able to pitch so you can have your rest, so you can all be the best that you can possibly be. Right? Right? Good, buddy. Alright, so wrapping up 9. Again, realizing value to and from leaders. So that value you're adding to your teammates from the leadership perspective or to just your peer-to-peer leadership team. Those values will get returned in some shape or form. As I look at David as his father, as a leader, my return on investment is just watching him grow, watching him improve, and through that encouragement and affirmation. And then my setting the example of willing to try new things also enables him to have the courage to try new things as well. Although when it comes to sports, you'll try anything, right? When it comes to sports, he'll try anything. So he doesn't really need an example when it comes to sports. He's all in. Alright, so let's hit on 10. And again, homework from chapter 9 was picking those two two values from that list of 10, and how are you actively implementing those or making an effort to realize those within the team around you and actively implement those in the team around you. All right, chapter 10. I'll hit on it quick, set the tone. All right, buddy, you're good. Well, actually, stay in here. Just keep the door shut. Stay in here, so Benny and Luke don't come in and cause a ruckus. All right. So chapter 10, reproducing generations of leaders. And as we kind of wrap up 9 and 10, and we bring the strengths portion in, the strengths portion will be fun to look at. I'm taking everybody's top 2 and creating just a little network of what does it look like for you guys as an executive committee and how you fit and complement together each other. So reproducing generations of leaders, and that goes back, obviously, this is the culmination of all the previous 9 chapters, is building our leaders up and preparing them for success and for succession. We're not going to be around all the time. You as a leader are not going to be in your current position forever. So success is also determined by, well, who's the successor? How do they succeed you? So four different types of potential leaders you will encounter. And think about these 4 different types. And as you think about these 4 different types, there's no homework here. We're going to go through these again. I want you to think about the people on your team and who fits these 4 types. 1, a follower who can become a leader. 2, a manager who can become a leader. 3, a leader who can change leadership style or grow and improve. And 4, a good leader who can become a great leader. Who on your team fits in those 4 categories, and how are you creating a succession plan and a growth plan to prepare your leaders to fill those new roles? We'll talk about those, and we'll hit on those in pretty much in about 2 weeks, and we'll go over chapter 9 homework. I want to know how you're implementing and how you're using and growing these values within your team. Shoot me an email if you have any questions. I'll shoot an email out with a reminder of the assignments also. So from David and from myself, make a great rest of your day and keep growing as leaders. What do you say, buddy? Anything? Thumbs up? Yeah? See you guys.